Baby, calm down. Calm down.
I was eating a salted caramel brownie at like 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me, Steph?
I hear you now if you're talking, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Nisi Marie. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wait for everybody. Good morning. Welcome to yet another episode of Sip
Sip
and
and chat.
Chat.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself real fast.
We're gonna wait a few minutes before we get into the specifics, but good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sip and Chat. We have some things to talk about this morning. I hope that everyone woke up on a good side of the bed. And y'all know, what did y'all have for breakfast? I haven't had anything. And please, hey Ashley Dean. Somebody, you heard what she said, Ashley? Did you hear what she said? Let me help this person right here. Hey Jennifer. Hey Kim. How y'all doing?
Sorry, I was up there sharing myself. Good morning,
Hmm.
everybody.
What she said? What you had for breakfast this in the middle of the night or a
A
snack?
brownie. A salted caramel brownie.
She said she had a salted caramel brownie. My gosh. We have a special topic today. My husband is in RBT and works with autistic children every day. I wish he could chime in on the what's the RBT, Jennifer Cook? I wish he could come chime in on the conversation. So we're gonna get into that. Don't forget to hit that share button, you guys, this morning. Please hit the share button. Um, we're gonna be covering, as you can see, the autism spectrum disorder. Uh I'm going to get into the details of that, but I want to say that if anyone is here in the comments, whether you are a mother or father who is raising a child on the spectrum, or maybe you have knowledge of it because you work in a field and you would like to come up to contribute to the conversation, we would absolutely adore that. We are going to start off with the whys, at least for me. I don't know if the why is the same for Steph. I should have asked her because I can't remember what brought this topic of discussion on for her. I think I'm right. It was it because of something that was said on social media? I'm gonna try today not to let my lips loose because baby, I'm about to serve these heathens all they smoke. He's a behavioral therapist. Oh, awesome. Where did Steph go? Where'd she go? Good morning, Joe. How you doing, Joe? How you feeling? Where did she go? You better tell him go into a different room or you go into a different room, Miss Man. Your house, I'm sure, is big enough than one space. Um,
So I'm in here trying to make something to drink. So
mm, hey, Shantae, let me tell y'all something. It's too early in the morning for y'all to be out here tussling. I done got inboxes and messages about folks tussling. Y'all need to. It's too early. It's too early. Okay? Y'all hit that share button, please. Share us out. Share us out. Sharing is caring. If you do not utilize your at highlight or your at followers throughout the day, please consider sharing that in our comment section. That will alert your timeline or some of your friends to know that we are live. Mute yourself, Steph. To know that we are live for you guys to come on over, for them to come on over and support the panel. Hey Maya, I'm always done in home care as a part time. Been with my current client for 7 years. Oh Maya, I got you, man. We ready. It's too early, y'all. It's too early for the shenanigans. It's too early. After pulling a 24-hour live, took a 1 hour nap and back and been on live for 4 hours already. I don't understand how they do it. At this point, I'm going to tap out because I can't compete with that. I don't want to compete with that, so I'm cool. Sorry, I thought it put registered behavioral therapist. I wish she could come and chime in, Miss Cook. Hey Tangi, how you feeling? I wish he could come chime in because I think he would. I hope Niecy Marie pops in. Not Niecy Marie. Sorry, Niecy Marie. Niecy baby. Or if somebody has her phone number, if y'all could text her, because I would absolutely love for her to chime in towards the end of the dialogue once we get through our part, because I know she could contribute to it with sharing her experience, her struggles, and maybe some of her coping mechanisms. We want to turn this into a educational live. Um, we want to highlight and get hopefully a better understanding of autism. So if anybody can contribute to that dialogue, it will be awesome. Not only about the education part as far as autism itself, but maybe some coping mechanisms as well as some resources possibly that are universal. Oh, get that bag. I have two teens on the spectrum. Wow. Her Facebook page wasn't coming up for me, Nisi. I mean Lisa, I thought she deactivated it. Is it back up? Is it back up now? Is it back up now? I also want to announce this. I want to announce that Sip and Chat officially has an email address. So if there is anyone that would like to submit a request for a topic, but maybe you don't want to be known, you want to remain anonymous, you want to send in a little whatever, we now have an email. So you don't have to contact us from your Facebook page. You can send us an email from any email of your choice. You can remain anonymous if you so choose. And if you don't want to join yourself, we will read the email and we will have a dialogue about it. So the email is sip and chat, the way that I spell it, not one S, two S's, sip and chat at gmail.com. And I need to have a conversation, but I'm also considering creating a page specifically for sip and chat. So we might be moving, you guys. We might be moving. We might be moving. We'll see what happens. Latrice Wings can help. Oh, where Latrice at? Is she busy this morning? Is she busy? Y'all tag her. See if she can slide on over here. I know she be having things going on. But he definitely is here. If anyone needs coping mechanism, just inbox me and I can have him respond. He can also help with small programs to help with the children. That's beautiful, Jennifer. That is beautiful. Towards the end, make sure you highlight yourself again. So I want to make that announcement towards the end of the stream. She said, "Look, I wasn't even going to say anything until I seen May say something." Why was y'all over there this morning? Hey, Jacqueline, why was y'all over there this morning? Hey, Zeta Zamora. Well,
Bop
well.
bop.
Thank you. You trying to get her? Thank you for the tags, Jamie. Marcia M can contribute to the conversation. Oh, I would love that.
I actually tried reaching out to Nisi Baby last night, and I could not find her profile anywhere.
She deactivated her Facebook page, so
Oh,
somebody will have to have her number or another page that she's on. TMJ might be able to get in touch with her, but she normally pop on YouTube. I am streaming to YouTube, so hopefully she pops in on there. Hey, Miss Christina, how you doing, love? I didn't send it, Miss Christina. I'm sorry. Let me send it now. Miss Christina.
oh.
Miss Christina, why you put me on blast like
Usually I say something. There you
why
go.
she put me on blast? She put me on blast.
She sure
Oh
did.
my Lanta.
Y'all know how Summer's memory is, though, y'all.
I started running my mouth and I got distracted. That's all. I
Don't
started
judge
running
me
my
if you
mouth.
hear me pouring my Dr. Pepper.
I got distracted. Hold tight, please.
Hey, y'all. Your girl's thirsty, and yes. Good morning, House of G. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I was having a little chaotic moment this morning. Mama wanted to talk. Rusty's going nuts. First time he hears me speak in the morning, he goes bonkers. He thinks I'm actually talking to someone here. What is people talking about? What happened? Y'all tussling this morning? It's too early, and I don't know about where y'all are, but in
Is
Georgia, it is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and it's cold, but it is so beautiful outside today. No tussling. Leaving people alone. You don't know them. Summer, check your text. Maya said,
I did. I did. I
"Oh,
responded to.
okay." So let's get into this if we want to, because y'all know, I love whenever I look forward to Thursdays because Sip and Chat was Thursdays was my day. I rest. We really don't need to do that anymore. But I have like I want to get into my topics, and things that I want to talk about. So I do as much research as I can on it. Good morning, Nisa, baby. There she is.
There she go.
So before I even try to discuss something, because like I said, I don't have children, but I do have family, that are on the spectrum. And, you know, so and a lot of stuff that's happened, it just I'll just say why I did it. After something was posted, it really triggered me and it really made me sit there because I saw all the other comments coming out like, my so and so is this, my so and so is on the spectrum, my so and so is on the spectrum. And I'm thinking, you know what? Niecy baby can't be the only one that's been bullied about it and struggles with having, kids on the spectrum. And I wanted to talk about it. Yes, this is on YouTube as well. But no, not everyone's on YouTube, JB. I'm sorry. Yes, Joe. The Mayo Clinic absolutely has a lot, but Autism Speaks also has it's full of the information by state and everything. You know how I am. I want to look at states and see like, okay, what's this state got to offer for these individuals? And looking at by state, it'll shock you, but then again, it's the government, so I shouldn't be shocked.
Before you get into your whole research thing, I want to kind of chime in on the reasons why we are actually um here this morning. I think that's the password. If not, I'll check it tomorrow. Hold tight, please hold, please hold. Hey Monica, how you doing, boo? What up, Jacqueline?
Good morning,
Um,
everybody.
who asked you where the people at? Is everyone on YouTube? Jamie, you don't see them people in the comments with you? I see it's a bunch of people here.
There's Midway Express.
Wait,
Good
maybe
morning.
you on the wrong page. What page are you on? Cause I'm streaming to my personal page too. They're probably all on Summer's room. Hey May, how you doing, love? Um, so the reason why we are here this morning speaking about this topic is a topic that I think is important. I think it could be highly educational. And I think it's so many people that, as same as what Steph said, it's so many people out here that are going through it, that are raising children who may be on the spectrum or maybe have family members who may be on the spectrum, and may have possibly dealt with some form of bullying or being looked down on, or just the struggle of it, of learning it, dealing with it, trying to figure out how to grow into it and lean into it and build your life, build a life for you and your children or your loved one, coming up with it. So it was alive last night, and it's not the first time, right? So everyone, if you don't, is familiar with Niecy Baby, right? And we know Niecy Baby is a hothead. She has admitted that she has definitely said some things that are just not okay. However, Mama Bear Mode typically pops in when you address somebody's children, right? And so she was on a panel last night. I didn't get to hear this for myself, but I did hear Yaya, aka the Empire Crumbles, confirm that she spoke on children with autism. The lady Heather went over there, and I thought she was going to kind of let her know, hey, that wasn't okay. But so I really don't understand what her question was about, because she ended up just being like, oh, okay, after confirming that Yaya said it. And Yaya so boldly saying she gonna stand on it, and she's not going to take it back or apologize for what she said. It was some disgusting stuff said, from what I understand. From what I understand, I did try to go back this morning. Hold on, y'all. I did try to go back this morning to go find the live so I can go hear it for myself, but either I can't find it, or it was removed. But they, or it could be on that one live that's there, but they lives be shifts literally 8 to 10 to 12 hours long, and so I tried to skim through it, but I think the one I'm looking for based on the amount of hours is no longer on her page. But from my understanding, she told this mother to go teach this child how to talk, and all kinds of just weird stuff. And to me, that's not okay. I don't understand why people don't have any form of boundaries on this app. And while I am a believer, I am a firm believer that once you step into war, you can't really dictate how somebody fights you. But as adults, as mothers with children, as people who have some absolutely, Yaya had some understanding of disabilities and things like that, and how sensitive those topics can be. For a mother to so openly be able to talk about a child with autism that way is strange to me. And people that support that, I don't understand how anyone can sit over there and support anyone talking in that way. It just does not make any sense that not only her but multiple other adults sat on that panel and was okay with it. I don't know if anyone spoke out on her panel yesterday in regards to what she said to Nisi and her children. And to me, that's sad. That's a poor example of a woman. And for everyone that stood over there with her. Yes, I'm on my soapbox right now, because that's that's wild to me. I had got so you spoke out, Narasha. Awesome. I appreciate you for that. I'm happy that you did, because that was sickening. That was sickening. It was sickening for me to get inboxes of people telling me, you need to get to the Empire Crumbles. You need to get to the Empire Crumbles. She over there speaking on Nisi on the panel. Oh, she's speaking on Nisi kids. Oh, what she said was disgusting. Some of this, it was horrible to get the snippets of it. And while Nisi baby is not innocent and she been in these streets tussling, where is the boundary on this app? Your 5-year-old is autistic. I feel like I remember you speaking about that.
See, I'm glad I don't watch those
Yeah,
things
you
because
don't. Ooh, it just was horrible.
because
So
see,
this
Summer has
morning,
class. She's over here. You heard her just on her soapbox. No cuss words at all,
not one, because it's just not
baby.
necessary. So I
Be
want us
different.
to, since that happened, Steph is going to get into today is her day. She's hosting. She's going to fill us in on what she researched. But I also invite those who have experience, whether you have a children or you worked in the field, or you have a loved one who would like to come in and kind of chime in and give us your experience um, with with autism, kind of your insight, what you have learned. Maybe share one of the maybe one of your struggles that you've been through, and also highlight one of your positives, because from my understanding, um, children with autism are some of the smartest, most creative children um, on this earth. So I think we should highlight those things, and also some resources and some coping mechanisms, because it's a lot of people that have children with autism. There are some people who are lost, who don't know what to do. It might need some help or just some direction. So if you have a moment after Steph goes through her spill, we're going to drop the link. And if you are willing to come up, please do so. And let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. And I know that Yaya sat on that soapbox yesterday telling her lies about me. That's neither here nor there. And she so strongly wanted me to apologize to an individual about something I never did. So I wonder if she will be on her grown mature, if she will have some type of maturity about her and actually understand that what she said was not okay, and maybe she will offer an apology publicly. Let's see if she could do that. But if not, it's okay. If not, that's okay, because people like that, they don't have no morals, they don't have respect. It's clear they don't have boundaries. So go ahead, Steph, let me get off my soapbox now.
Actually, the first thing I wanted to start off with is a statistic. 9 out of 100 parents have committed unaliving due to suffering and not knowing how to raise and deal with their autistic family member. Okay. 2 out of 250 individuals who are on the spectrum unalive themselves every year because they don't know how to cope and they weren't taught, or they're bullied. People make fun of them. Um, and that shocked me because
Wow,
you don't really
I
hear
did.
about that.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, it's not surprising. It makes sense, but I didn't know that. Wow, that's
Yeah,
heartbreaking. That makes me emotional a little bit, because I know that it's not easy. Like, some of the things that I've heard or whatever. I've worked in a field with people that were born with disabilities and things like that. But I was young. It was just a job. And it was only it was for a few hours. I was clocking in and clocking out. But to hear that and to put it into, like, damn, that's heavy.
yeah,
My heart goes out to those um while trying to figure out how to cope with it. It does.
yeah.
Wow.
When I started doing, just looking into it, because I immediately, that was the first thing I started doing, was looking into it, because I didn't know it was going to be my topic, because I don't usually get, into the blogging stuff and all that. But I saw the screenshot and it just set something in me, and so I started doing my research and seeing those. That was the first. Those were the first statistics that popped up, was how that's, just think, if you have a child on the spectrum and they're in school being bullied by kids and stuff like that, and they're suffering, and they go home and they do this to themselves because kids are bothering them. Could you imagine having adults doing it right behind them? Could you imagine if there's an autistic or someone on the spectrum that's an adult watching your live? You do know they were that child at one time. So you have to sit and think, at one time these people were children. At one time these people, it made me sick. And I hope, Niecy baby, I hope that you can ignore all of these comments. I hope that that you are doing everything you can imagine for your kids. Please don't let miserable, disgusting individuals make you feel any type of way. And if at any time you do and you're questioning yourself, you have people you can reach out to. Because I can only imagine what could be going on with your mental right now after, what you've experienced. And it's really sad. It's so sad, and I'm sorry that you've had to witness that, and you've had to deal with it and listen to it. I'm sorry for your kids. I hope one day they never have to come across anybody like that. So, but also I wanted to, Autism Speaks um, is a really good website. It's full of information. Um, I love the fact that it can go by state to state to tell you your resources and, like, the statistics of where you live.
I'm sorry, Steph. Before
Oh,
you
sorry.
move on, can you read this comment from Nisi?
Oh, hang on, let me. Oh crap! I don't even have them pulled up. Daggum. Hang on, I got my stuff pulled up.
I read it for you. It just contributes to you talking about the unalive part. Nisi Baby said also there is also a huge percentage of parents that give their kids to the state and make them raise them while they are the decision makers of their care from a distance as well because they can't handle it and they don't have the time or patience to deal with it.
Right, that was another statistic. The amount of um of children that end up in the foster care because parents don't know how to handle it. They become overwhelmed. So yeah, I felt that. I felt that. I what you know after reading everything that I've read, I even went and joined a blog. I went and followed a blog so that I could get more insight. Because it exists and it's so awful that there's people and individuals like this. And what's really, never mind. I don't want to get into the whole, uh, you know, when I wake up and Steph starts seeing stuff on her watch thing that's starting, suggested everywhere of bullying and bully pages. I mean, it's just a matter of time. You can only, you know, I don't want to. Okay, let's just talk. Let's talk about resources. Sorry, I don't want to get on my soapbox. Yes, yes, Maya. That is the Autism Speaks website. Listen, there is a search feature because some people they get in there and they're not really sure how to search for anything. You can type in your state name. You can type in resource. You can type in statistics. You can type in anything. It is so easy, and the reason for it is because it's catered for people with autism. I didn't know that that Autism Speak website is catered so that anybody can use it, whether you are autistic or not. I had no idea the things you learn. I got into that website and I'm clicking around. I was like, what the heck? This is so simple. This is like straightforward, and there's a whole reason behind it. It's really cool. I thought that was neat. Okay. It's a very emotional topic. I hope people will realize the harm that they are causing to people and their children. Absolutely, it's terrible. Where was that comment that you read? Let me see. Do you know how many people have picked Nisi? Do you know how many people have picked on my kid because he can't speak? I understand. Kids are kids. I believe bullying is you I don't know your children's ages, but I do. They're small kids, and I just people are cruel in this world. I don't. I'm trying to keep my words safe for Facebook. Now, Rasha said my daughter is so verbal and in a general education class with a one-on-one para. She worked so hard, so proud of her. 2 years of ABA and amazing for her. Was amazing for her. I'm so glad your daughter is doing good now, Rasha. I really am.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep Rachel.
Oh,
I
you were
watch
done
him.
with your you going to the comments now?
Oh yeah, I was just trying to go to the comments real quick because I didn't want to. My bad.
Um
Okay, let's go up here. Sorry, I'm pulling up all my tabs, y'all.
Rachel said I watch him cry because he doesn't have a girlfriend and he says to me, "Mom, you don't know what it's like to be different." What is it like for someone who's an adult with autism? Mm.
Can I give you another statistic real quick?
Mhm.
74% of autistic students in the US graduate with a diploma. versus 86% of all students.
Mm. Your children with people that had autism are known to be super intellectual, like
Yes.
super intellectual, super intellectual. Do you have anything in there that tells us what autism is? Would
Um,
anybody in the comments like to come up and speak on what autism is, kind of some insight as to actually what it is, so that we can connect the statistics to what we're actually talking about. She said, I'm going to keep my head up no matter what. I know I'm doing the best for them. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Good morning, Mel. Hey, Lawanda. My son has wanted to take his own because of it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, Jamie. Jonah said, my son has autism and my daughter has ADHD. Wow. Wow. Um, Ash, you want to take that?
hold on, let me get back. Oh, I can't go up.
Well, I got it. Ashley
Dadgum.
said it's common for parents of autistic children to experience particular difficulties and stress. A study has found that 72.5% of mothers of autistic children have experienced depressive symptoms, and 80.2% have suffered from anxiety. Parenting less stress levels are influenced by many factors, such as the characteristics of the child, the support systems provided by family and society, the level of professional support available, and the socioeconomic status of the family. Mm.
Okay, so I just did a general search to say what exactly is autism, right? And when you pull it up under the Mayo Clinic, it just simply says a serious developmental disorder that impacts the nervous system.
Read it one more time.
It says a serious developmental disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact. Autism spectrum disorder impacts the nervous system.
Mm. I didn't even know it had anything to do with the nervous system. I done learned something new.
Yeah.
Very emotional topic, and I don't believe she will apologize. She meant what she said. That came from her cold heart. I'm
Mm.
the grandmother, but I am in different groups and I follow them. It's so important to educate yourself, man. Makes me sad because kids bully other kids, but to see parents make fun of a child is disgusting. Hey, let's talk about it.
Hey y'all.
How you doing?
Hi.
Good. How are y'all?
Good. How are
Oh,
you?
great.
Good. So on this topic, it's very sad, and I don't usually go up on people's panels and things like that. But to me, it's it's a very emotional topic. I am 44 years old. I had three people that were in school with me that had autism that actually committed suicide because people harassed them. And it was a harassment on a daily basis. And so I don't think that these grown women really think about the harm that they're causing to people, to the parents, but to the children. And it's sad. And, for other people to be in the comments and think that, things like this are okay, they're not. It really shows what type of character that people have, which appears to not be a lot.
I agree with that one. I agree there. I mean,
I don't. Go ahead, Steph. I'm sorry.
I'm big, I just, hey, I can't say, I have nothing nice to say right now. Just gonna be
I
like,
want to say this.
ugh.
I don't even think it's necessarily that they don't think about it. I think they simply do not care. This one individual and those that sit on that panel have exhibited nothing but hate. They have exhibited character. They have exhibited that they don't care. They don't have boundaries and they don't have respect. So honestly, I don't think that is not that they don't think. I think that they don't care. I feel like they will go as low as they can to prove their point, to get to people, to get under their skin. It's like, how low can I go to break this person? How low can I go to make them mad? The goal for them is to make people mad. They say we minding our business. We not worried about y'all. We not looking for y'all. You know why y'all pressed? Their goal, because they admitted yesterday, from what I understand, at some point during their life, it was admitted to Niecy that the only reason why they have an issue with Niecy and why the beef started with Niecy is because Niecy spoke up on how they were bashing me. So what else could it be? If it's not that their angle is to just be as ignorant as they possibly can be, to try to belittle and break someone down, to harm them, to hurt their feelings. I don't think it get more clear than that. These people legit come out their mouth and say why they have created pages that spew hate. It was created because they didn't get on the panel with someone who they was a fan of. They hate me because I'm friends with the person that they couldn't get on the panel with. And they hate any individual that speaks out who about their behavior and would like them to talk about something else. They just simply don't care. They have no rhythm and no rhyme. There's no real reason outside of hate. But nobody hear that. But it's because the people who are over there are like-minded, and that's what they enjoy. That's what they want to hear. That's what they want to see. But I do hope that some people heard what she said yesterday and bowed out gracefully. I hope that it was at least one person that thought that it was not okay to support something like that. Because this is not an assumption. This is not people trying to put puzzles together with little tidbits we get in. This is real. Like right in front of your face. And it'd be wild to me how people stand so firmly about things that are not proven facts, but turn a blind eye to what they see with their very own eyes. It don't make sense to me. It don't. And she disgusting. She
We
a
need
disgusting
Jack.
human being. I'm sorry.
We need Jack Backs up here. So, because the, Jack also, I remember her mentioning she has, her kids. So, uh, I was hoping she would be on this morning.
Who, Jack?
Yeah.
I'm hoping a couple of people pop up. I know some people have experience or can contribute to the actual conversation. And let's talk about it. I'm happy to see you up here because I don't think I've ever seen you on the panel.
Yeah, me either.
So I'm happy you came up. She always so positive, tagging me in those little positive trinkets. I don't feel like I got a tag recently though,
Well,
because I be
thank y'all.
reading them.
I just, to me, it just displays no morals and no values at all.
Nope,
I feel like that there's none there.
none.
There are a lot of boundaries and things that have been crossed, and it's sad because innocent people and innocent children are, being that's basically exploiting children, and their behaviors and their and their disabilities and things like that, and that's not for anyone to do. That's not a decision that we as other people should make or impose our thoughts about anyone else's children. Children should always be off limits. There's never a time that anyone should speak up on any other person's child in any situation.
Nope. But they don't care because
Hmm.
they gonna hit whatever they can to try to get under your skin, and they got to Nisi yesterday. They accomplished the goal to bother her, and it's just for laughs for them. We got her. Key. He is weird. But I guarantee you, if somebody was to come and speak in any way about her children, because I believe she has children, she will be ready to attack mode. But the respect, the boundary is not there. It should be reciprocated, and it's not. And I know that they spoke. I want to ask Nisi, I want you to come up because they spoke about how you speak about people, kids. So I wanted to get some insight on that because it's not okay on either side of the spectrum. We're not excusing one thing and going to overlook another. But I want to understand, like, have you ever talked about kids in a way that she did yesterday? Like, because I know you can get spicy, but and even if so, why do we always try to drag up old news to fit the current narrative to make why you're doing it okay? Why aren't we leading with a better example?
I think one of the main problems is it's too many people now on Facebook that are entirely too invested in other people's lives that they know nothing about.
Ooh, speak to it, girl. Say it. Say it again.
They want the situation to be theirs, but it will never be theirs.
Mm. Good morning, Destiny. Mm.
Good morning, Toria.
Hey, Nisi.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good
Lisa.
morning,
Good
Nisi.
morning, everybody.
Hey, Toya. What did you want to add, Toya?
I just feel like it's just very, very distasteful. And it's crazy because I believe the day before I was talking about, people, whether panels, whether people in the comments, they should be banned for talking about children. But at the end of the day, I don't know what actions would be taken or how to go about doing that. Because it's one thing when it's just, for S and giggles and we just kind of just, going back and forth, but I feel like there are lines that should never be crossed, and the pain that goes with a parent who has to do extra work or, you know, uh, a parent who has to go through certain emotions who do have autistic children, you shouldn't play off that. And you shouldn't have to feel like that's what your end all goal is to hurt somebody so bad and talk about their children. I feel like that should be off limits, but I think like something should be done. I just don't know what and how. Um, and I feel like it's just a terrible thing, So Nisi, I'm sorry that you have to continuously, go through that. My child was even talking about my unborn child was even talked about, um, and it seems like they have no type of morals and no type of respect. And I think that that will also ultimately shine through. And I don't think that their days will be as long. And I'm not talking about like life. I'm just talking about in general, Facebook. But we'll start to see them kind of going through, certain things, or maybe start seeing less of them because that's how, in my point of view, that's how my God works. So
Well, what I will say while I have a moment of silence to say it is that Summer's Room, yes, I have said things about other people's children under the circumstances that they have posted mine, and I mean videos. If people remember, there were videos surfacing of my son that I had no clue about that D&D, a whole stranger, was posting. Natasha Gorby posted my minor sister. We have a JROTC picture where I used to be in it and my sister's in it now. That picture, it makes me proud of my sister because we both the same. So to go to JROTC and accept discipline, that's a very big thing, especially, in high school, what that could lead to career-wise. And because they don't like me, they took that picture and morphed it. My sister's in high school. She don't even know y'all. So anything that I've said about anybody's children has been based off of what they have posted and said about mine. Period. And if you ain't said it about mine, you said it about another minor that you don't even know. But the level of disgusting that they're going to when it comes to making fun of disabilities and all that, never will I ever sink that low. Just like yesterday, I didn't walk in there talking about Yaya's children or Yaya, none of that. So my kids didn't deserve that. Regardless to how you feel, you could not like me, but you don't have to go directly to take your issue out on my kid. Just like Chalet tried to claim I said something about her kids. No, baby, the only thing you will ever find me say is what you've already said out of your own mouth, which is that your children don't really prefer to be on your Facebook no more or on any of your social media. Why? Because of the stuff you were doing yesterday. That's why. You know it. We all know it. It's okay. It's already been out here. It's not like I went talking about your kids, their life, none of that.
Assalamu alaikum, Hassan. That's sad. And I remember you telling that story though about how they posted a video. That was crazy because I remember saying that D&D was disgusting for posting it. Why would that be something you post? Why was it something that was recorded? It seems like it was a setup. Just it seems weird. And I know a lot of people throw
It
this word
absolutely
setup
was.
around. It was strange to have her record something like that and hold on to it, drop your kids off in the way that she dropped your kids off, and then all of a sudden is on social media because of y'all going back and forth about what happened with the kids. It just don't make sense. That was never okay to happen, and now everybody is using it as an attack. It's an attack on you. The first thing people say is you gave your kids to a stranger. Your kids got autism. They don't speak. What's wrong with these adults? What's
Someone
wrong with
did
these
ask.
adults?
Someone did ask in the comments, was they talking about her parenting or her children directly? They were absolutely talking about her children directly.
And what's the difference? Y'all always want to, y'all people be picking and choosing about when it apply and when it don't apply.
What
Or
does
did
it
she talk about
matter?
the kids? Or did she talk about the parenting? Don't talk about it, period. Why is your jab towards how somebody is contributing to their child's life? Why is the jab about uh what they could do better with their children? What they should be doing with their children? How about
You
you
know
focus
how
on what you're doing with your children?
right. You know how, if you have that mother-in-law that tries to tell you what you're doing and how you need to do it when it comes to your kids.
Oh, Zeta, damn. All this because
I
I don't
bet
want to be on the piano no more? That's sad.
I guarantee you'd be like, don't, you'd feel some type of way. Don't tell me how to raise my kids. These my kids, they're mine. They're yours. You raise them how you feel is the absolute best way to raise your kids.
And you know the way that they talk, the way that these so-called grown women talk lets me know that regardless to how much they don't like me, they could never live a day, walk a day in my shoes the way that they talked about my kids. They could
Never.
never.
That's horrible. It's just everybody talk about majority of the people on this app say kids supposed to be off limit. Don't talk about kids, but it seems like we keep having the same issue. People talking on people kids. She wanted me to apologize to I know you homies with I ain't gonna say her name. She wanted me to apologize for a certain individual for speaking on her kids, but I never spoke on her kids. I never spoke on her parenting, and I never spoke on her children. I shared a clip. That was it. The comments did what they did. The people did what they did. But you directly spoke on somebody parenting and their children. So are you going to admit you were wrong and apologize? Are you going to take your own advice? Or do you need somebody, do you need me to apologize on your behalf like you thought you was doing for me?
I think this is pretty much like any type of bullying that you have, even relevant to school bullies. And I feel like, usually it's because they have some underlying issues, and I'm not making it any excuse at all for them, but I just feel like at the end of the day, like I don't know, my mom always go back to what happened in your life that this is what you turned out to be, like this is what you choose to use your voice as, and this is what you choose to speak as, and then you found women just like you that also don't have any type of standard as far as what they will do, because I'm pretty sure, like y'all said, all these women are mothers, and all these women have to be, parents of, I mean, kids of somebody, for them to kind of just keep going and going and going, and I feel like with us it was a situation of kind of being like, all right, well, let's say something back, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and we finally do, and it just there is no stop to them as far as what they will not do. But I think you can kind of like report them for like I don't know, inappropriateness or harassment
They
or
ain't gonna do
something along
nothing.
those
They ain't
lines.
gonna do nothing. I don't. I have no faith in the report button for social media, so I don't even. I don't even. I think you need like a billion people to report something. I guess I don't know because
Got you.
I don't know. I don't understand how the report button. I honestly I don't. I don't because people get flagged. People will report something that really ain't about nothing
Right.
and get banned. And a person can do 12-hour lives bashing and trashing and speaking some of the most vile language, and they lives are cool as a fan. So I don't
Right.
understand how Facebook works. So I don't
Right.
even bother with the report button.
Yeah, maybe that's something that you have to. Maybe that's something, you know how when you reach out about your own page and you can
Hmm.
kind of go through I forgot what it is, but you can kind of ask questions about your own page for monetization and stuff, and somebody will talk to you via like chat or something. I don't
Hmm.
know if that will help either, but I just feel like at the end of the day, something has to be done, because this is not YouTube, and this is not the forum that you should be speaking like that, period. And especially for other people to experience it at the same time.
I suggest. I keep telling y'all. I put up a tag yesterday. Niecy don't went over there on that panel and got fleas. I keep telling y'all, don't go over there. Don't engage directly with them. Don't look directly in their eyes. You have to kind of just stay away. That's why they won't ever catch me over there on a panel. I was in Mookie comments last night because Mookie streamed to her live, just to be over there because I knew if they saw me, it was going to ruffle their feathers. But I don't give them no real energy at all, none, because it's no reasoning with them. So
And how did the
it's a waste
panel,
of your breath.
how did
You
the
just gotta
movie, because
ignore it.
how
Act
did
like
that
they don't
go?
exist. Oh, I enjoyed my conversation in the comment section. That she was
Okay.
up pissed and ruffled. She was telling a story to Narasha that she absolutely was lying about. None of the stuff she said happened. She put sauce on it.
And Nisi, I wasn't
Okay.
about you or to you. I just read your comment saying, here we go with the BS. And unfortunately, Narasha, you don't have the right to tell me what I can and
Tell your
cannot do
story
or
about
how
how somebody said
to react. Mind
that's
your
what
business. Maybe I
yeah,
wasn't
I
talking
don't
to you or about you. It wasn't even the thought. I'm saying that anybody, because what I find is a lot of people come on this app and get
wait, what I
upset,
missed?
get all gassed up, and start talking about everybody else's kids. And then when somebody says something about your kids, it's like, oh my gosh, they're talking about her kids. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? You know, then it's suddenly irrelevant that that person has been talking about everybody else's kids and had their name on everybody else. So to deflect from that, for everybody to stop that from happening, people just need to quit talking about kids, period. Everybody has selective outrage and gets so mad when somebody's child is discussed, and everybody forgets that people were just talking about other people's kids. I've seen that multiple times from multiple people's on here, and I think that needs to stop.
Can I ask you a question? Do you watch The Empire Crumbles? Or have you like been over there or on their panel or
I don't have.
anything like that?
I was over there last night. Now, Yaya has
Hmm.
anything to me personally. This is how I am. I'm cool with you until
Okay.
you do something with me. Just like I'm cool with Summer. I'm cool with Yaya. Everybody on this app, everybody in these boxes has said or done something at one point in time that I didn't agree with or I wouldn't have done. Right? Correct? You don't have to, follow suit behind somebody. You don't have to like everything that they do. I mean, it's people in your real life that do stuff that you don't like, and you can still watch them or whatever. I don't have beef with nobody, personally, on here, you know what I mean? So when I was there last night, I did say, I said, okay, y'all don't need to call and see all the rah-rah that you were stopping, what you that you started. What you don't know was that I was down there trying to defend you. I said, is Keisha in here? Because I saw a girl named in there, and I said, Keisha, you called her kids dusty, and that was wrong. Or, no, you called her kids slow. I said nothing about her boys is slow. I said nothing about any kids with any child with extraordinary needs is slow. So I was taking up for her, and then I was in the comments, and I told Yaya, I said, y'all don't need to be talking about anybody's kids. Don't talk about her kids. Kids should be off limit, no matter how anybody's feel. And then I said it again when I was on the panel, and she did tell me. She said, well, I apologize to you, if I offended you, blah blah blah. Now, how y'all feel about the apology? And if she should apologize to her, that has nothing to do with me. But when I see that wrong is wrong, especially when somebody's talking about a child, I'm gonna speak up, whereas Nisi or anybody else, because I have a child that is autistic and epileptic, so I'm never gonna let that slide about anybody talking about a child with special needs.
Do you feel as though that if the day, or if it is a situation where they're not cool with you, that because they would talk about somebody else's kids, they would talk about yours? Or is there's like a limit to you being like, okay, regardless of whether I, can go past certain things that you say, is there a limit for you to kind of be like, okay, you know what, that was the ultimate straw of talking about something that ultimately I can relate to and I could kind of see being an issue. And if that's somebody that you are, that's the character that you're displaying, then I also need to not have any ties with you. Because I feel like you're right. There are everybody on this, as far as a content creator, no matter how positive they try to be, there are always people and always different points of view of being like, you know what, I really didn't like how you handled that, or I really didn't like how you went about that. But at what point, or if there's a point, at what point is it a situation of just being like, you know what, I can't rock with you based on your mindset and how far you're willing to go? Because this is not the first time that that particular group has talked about children. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. And when does it come to a head at, from adults, and mostly women, and I'm not glad that they kind of do this, but at the same time, I didn't know how many people who are in the comments or who are on live or who are on the panel or whatever, who have children who have some form of autism or disorders or anything like that, and it brings it to light of how many women it actually affects and how many families, so at the end of the day, like, is there a like straw for you to kind of be like, all right, like, we were cool, but there's certain limits that I have for myself?
Hold
Right.
on. Hold on.
Is
Am I breaking up? Can y'all hear
crossing.
me?
Nisa, you
No, we
real
can hear
Can
you,
y'all hear
quiet.
Summer.
me?
Yeah,
Nobody
we
here
can
All
hear you.
right, so
about
hold
you.
on, Narasha.
Thinking
I don't
about you.
want this to turn. I don't want this to turn into a back and forth or a fight between Narasha and Nisi. I
Right.
really want. I want this to stir back to. And I know, Narasha. So I really would like, because I know that you can actually contribute to the dialogue, like something general, not as far as to contribute to the back and forth with like you and Nisi, right? So I would love to hear that from you, because I know yourself spoke about how you have a 5-year old
Right.
that is on the spectrum. So I would love to hear from you in that regard.
This
Now,
is
as far as um the dialogue between you and Nisi, if y'all
irrelevant.
would like to have a dialogue and for her to come up, then we could do something after. But I want to kind of drive Sip and Chat back to what it was supposed to be versus us going way too far. If
Right.
that's
She just
okay
in
with
the
you.
comments being rah rah and nobody is addressing her, even thinking about her
Yeah,
to be
yeah, I
relevant.
was having audio issues, so I just removed Nisi from the back because I seen she was in the comments in the back, um, and whatnot. Nisi, baby, relax in the comments. If y'all want to have a conversation, if you and Narasha is open to that, we absolutely could have a dialogue after Sip and Chat is over.
Oh, I
Go
don't.
ahead, Narasha.
Irrelevant to me. I have nothing to say. But back to what Toya said. Toya, I feel like um you made some good points. You absolutely correct. But to me, like being just watching somebody's live, being in the live, to me, that's no different from what somebody would say about you and Summer sitting with May and talking to May. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like it's the same thing. It's a lot of people that don't like how she moves and things that she says and things that she do, but y'all still choose to be her friend. Now, am I friends with a lot of people on this social media? No, these are people that are trapped inside a Facebook app. Like I said, when I close this phone, it's over. So people are going to say stuff all the time. If I see wrong is wrong. If I say something about it, I say something. If I don't, I don't. But that doesn't mean that, that I'm a bad person. Like you don't want people to think that you or Summer or anybody else is a bad person for being friends with May and big up in May. I think everybody chooses to watch whoever they watch. I rock by myself. I'm not rocking with nobody. You know what I mean? Like I'm just watching people, commenting here and there. That doesn't mean that I necessarily align with everything that Summer says, with everything that Yaya says, with everything that you say, with everything that May say. People are always going to find stuff that they have issues with, and they're also going to see spots about people that they like. Now, what I can say about everybody on this app, a lot of people have stuff to say that maybe I may not agree with or I don't appreciate, but sometimes they also have stuff that's right. Like Summer, she be talking a lot of real stuff too. Yaya, and sometimes she says some stuff that was right on too, spot on too, whether people want to believe it or not. You know what I mean? But when I do see that people move a certain way, I just, oh, okay, let me just save that as a mouse tool for later. Because when people show you how they move, then you see how they move and you have to move yourself accordingly. And
Right.
that's why when you see people on social media separate themselves from certain people, it's because, yeah, I saw how you were moving and I just couldn't do it anymore. Like it got to the point where it was just like, no, I'm good. So that's why you see different people, leave panels, have division, that kind of thing. But you can have division and still, still watch other people and still go about minding your business. But like when y'all talk about the autism, my daughter is 5 and she is epileptic and autistic. That means she has seizures and she has autism. Um, I made it to every well child visit. We didn't see any type of delays, anything. She was hitting all delays. She was talking. She was walking. She was doing everything. The summer of when she was 1, almost 2, that summer, she had her first seizure, and it was a grand mal seizure, full on, shaking, spazzing out. She was to the point where she almost couldn't breathe by the time that the ambulance came. We found a neurologist, took her to the neurologist, and we found out that she was having seizures, and she has benign Rolandic epilepsy, and that's a type of epilepsy that you usually see in older adults, not kids that are 1 and 2. So basically they were just throwing darts at it, like trying to see what stuck. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's the Tylenol, it's the immunizations, this made my child autistic. I'm also in the medical field, so I know that that's not how science works. But what I will say is my daughter was placed on a medication called Keppra, and I was in a Facebook group when I first, found out that my daughter was epileptic, and I was doing all kinds of research. And I saw in the group that a lot of parents were saying, my child went completely nonverbal after taking Keppra. My child
Wow.
had Keppra rage. And my daughter was doing that. Like she was just screaming, just upset, crying, inconsolable. She became a completely different child. And so we said, nah, she's coming off of this right now. After she started taking the Keppra, it was like
Hey,
she started to
Chatty,
go
Chatty,
backward.
just say medication.
Yes, it's epileptic.
So, yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
just say medication. Don't say the name.
yeah, okay, so medication.
Facebook can flag it. Sorry.
She
I know
started,
you couldn't say the name.
me
That's
either.
okay.
So she started going backwards. It was like she was talking less and less. My daughter never really had any of the negative behaviors like biting or fighting or like just having a meltdown. She didn't do that a lot. But at the same time, she was 2. So when you're 2 and you're trying to get a diagnosis, and when you parents are going to the doctors, a lot of doctors, psychologists, neurologists, they're going to err on the edge of, well, when we're doing this assessment and I'm asking them to do these things, is she not doing it because she doesn't want to do it? Is she not doing it because she can't? Or is she just not doing it because she's 2 and a toddler and doesn't want to do it? That's how a lot of kids miss getting diagnosed, or they get diagnosed and they're not, that type of thing. So when we changed medication, she slowly started coming back. And then as she was coming back, we started to see the signs of autism. And so the neurologist said, autism and epilepsy kind of run parallel. There are a lot of kids with autism that have seizures. There are a lot of kids that have seizures that have autism. Now, is she autistic because of the seizures and what it did to her brain? Or is she having seizures because of the autism and what it's done to her brain? So she's kind of like a special case. But what I will say, early prevention is key. A lot of people, especially in minority communities, feel disenfranchised, and they don't want to admit to their friends and family that their child is suffering from a disability or something. So they don't get help. They
I
ignore it.
definitely agree with that. I've seen it.
I
Yes.
agree as well.
Yes, they think that, oh, your kid is being spoiled. Like, oh, spank him because he's acting up. But a lot of times these kids are acting out because they can't communicate, or they don't feel heard, or it's a sensory issue. It's tons of things. So we put her in ABA, and my
What's
life was
that?
on hold. Uh, Associative behavior therapy. So she goes to
Okay.
therapy, and it's kind of like they're teaching her things that her brain may not connect on its own. Like my daughter is very literal. Like when she was talking about the dog and she said, Prince is arfing. And we said, no, he's barking. And she said, no, he's arfing. Because to her, he's not making a bark sound. He's arfing. So everything is very literal to her. So they teach them things about, like, I have a video on my Facebook page, and it's one of my favorite videos. And they do exercises like show me happy, show me sad, show me excited. They may have difficulty like reading expressions. They may not engage with other people. Just different things that their brains don't connect as easily. They teach them these things, and they teach them speech therapy. My daughter did speech, OT, and ABA therapy for 2 years. And like I said, my life was on hold. She went to pre-K because I felt like she needed that engagement, and she got speech and OT there. When she got out of pre-K, I drove 30, 45 minutes to take her to ABA Monday through Friday. And it's
Wow.
to not be able to do anything, but that's what my baby needed. So I did what I had to do for 2 years and like put school and everything on hold. But with those 2 years of ABA, she graduated and now she doesn't need that anymore. And so she's in a regular general education kindergarten classroom now.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And
That's beautiful.
she has a one-on-one para, so she has an aide that's with her one-on-one in case she needs help like expressing herself, and somebody that can keep her focused. Because if she's 5 and autistic and in a general education classroom and there's 21 other kids, she's not gonna right now she's not gonna be able to keep up as much as everyone else there as the teacher is teaching, right? So she has somebody that's with her all day long, just devoted to her. She doesn't work with anybody else, and she helps her, with her schoolwork and getting to the bathroom and going from place to place. And it's like her having a little buddy, so she doesn't feel like she's drowning and going under. And so anything that you can do for your kids, if your kids are autistic, you have to do what's best, what you think is best for your kids. But I would absolutely recommend you getting those kids into school, into ABA therapy, speech, OT. There's so many things that are available to you for free. You don't have to pay for this. I have a respite provider that's provided to me because my daughter is autistic, and it's like having a free nanny, a free babysitter. I get so many hours a quarter, and they come and they help her with homework, and they keep her occupied and play with her like while I'm doing homework. If we want to go out on a date, if I need to run to the grocery store, it's somebody that's skilled in autism and epilepsy that comes to watch her. The regional center in everybody's area, if your child has any type of special needs, contact the regional center. They will reimburse you in California, in my area, they'll reimburse you up to $500 for any extracurricular activities that your kid is in. So my daughter, she does cheer, she does swim, she does dance, gymnastics, and all of those things. You're not in a special education type of extracurricular activity. You're in a mainstream neurotypical activity so that those kids can get that type of engagement and interaction. And there's just so many things that you can do to help. Like I even give my daughter a detox 3 times a week, and I found that it's really, really helped. I know people that have been giving it to their child and their behaviors have changed and they've become more calm. But with so much therapy, like my baby is a completely different baby, and she says something different every day, and it just makes my heart smile because there were days that I cried and prayed to God. I'm talking about prayed and cried for hours just because I wanted my baby to be able to say more. I wanted to be able to have a conversation with her. And now we can. Like last night I was doing teacher gifts and she was on the couch and she said, "What are you doing with those? Are we going to open those? Have you had that before?" And her just being exposed and being in class every day, she says so many things. And y'all, I'm telling you, I cried when I got the diagnosis. Like I cried in my car to my boyfriend, to my best friend. And we went to this ice cream place, and she was getting her ice cream and she's just happy, just beautiful. She thinks she was just playing with blocks at a psychologist, but she just had an assessment. And on the window, it said, "Make it the best you can." And I was like, you know what, God, you're right. I got to make it the best that I can. And I
Girl,
took
you know I'm
I
every
appreciate.
expecting. Y'all can't be talking this stuff while I'm expecting. Y'all just got me over here
I am.
crying. Look, I'm trying. Tear up. Lord have
and
mercy.
I
Oh
did.
my
I
God.
just made it the best that I can. I said, God knows I'm a real one. He knows that I go 10 toes down for my baby. So we just made everything about her. Like she had a communication device and she couldn't talk as much. And I think that helped her, but she's verbal now. She doesn't need it. She can talk and absolutely express herself. And so a baby that
I,
only was saying 20 words is now learning to read and pointing
that's
out
beautiful.
and making jokes, things like that. But you got to put the work in for your children to get better. And it's scary. You don't want people to look at you or stare at you when you're in the grocery store before they haven't started having therapy and they're melting down. But they're melting down because they're frustrated or they're trying to get away from something or they're overstimulated because everything that's around. Like my daughter, we were all about bows and ponytails and stuff. And now it's a sensory issue. She doesn't like her hair to be up. So maybe we just wash it, condition it, put some oil in it, some leave in, and we give her headbands. And we just pray that the headbands make it to the end of the day to, keep her hair from getting her face. Or I clip it back. But we cater to her needs. We cater to what's going to make her feel comfortable. We cater to what's going to help her thrive. And that's the best advice I can give everybody. You got to put your baby first and you do what needs to be done. And I promise you, you will see the progress in your babies. And give
Right.
people grace. Just give mamas grace. And if you have a child that's special needs and if you want any resources or anything or just y'all inbox me because I've been there. I have been there. And that's the thing. Each one. We got to start holding each other's hands so that our babies can thrive and we can help each other. Because everything I know, I didn't know until somebody told me.
I appreciate the stuff that you shared up here. Hopefully they are resources and information that other people can utilize in their area,
Yeah.
put it to work for them. Steph, was it anything else you wanted to go into? I know we kind of took your mic away, so my apologies.
No, I'm good. It sounds good.
Was
I mean, I'm emotional, so I don't want. It's bad for me to, it's hard for me to talk right now.
what happened? Did I miss something?
No, it's just the whole conversation and stuff, and I'm already emotional.
Do you have
So,
your affirmations?
yeah.
All right, we finna get into our affirmations, you guys. Um, I'm gonna put you in. Oh yeah, we're about to go into our affirmations, you guys. You know how we do. We finna go into our breathing techniques. If you can stand in front of a mirror, we ask that you do so. And close your eyes. If you can't stand in front of a mirror, please take a seat. Please take a seat and sorry. Please take a seat and close your eyes. If you cannot have a seat, if you are driving, please don't close your eyes. Pay attention to the road. Pay attention to the road. Safety is first. But we're going to breathe in through our nose and then we're going to exhale through our mouth. Y'all ready? Here we go. Inhale deep breaths and pay attention to your breath so it will distract you from your thoughts. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead.
Okay. First, I want to say I am loved. I will focus on all things my child can do. I can't worry about what other mothers are doing. I can only focus on what I am doing. Say that again. I can't worry about what other mothers are doing. I can only focus on what I am doing. It's okay to accept help when offered. It's okay to ask for help when needed. Everything you do is making a difference for your child. Everything I do makes a difference for my child. These moments of struggle and odd times will not last forever. Let's focus on the positive for my child. You're not alone, and it's not selfish to take time for yourself. Your self-care is necessary. You have to take care of yourself in order to 100% take care of your kids. And I wanted to end it with you can go to autismspeaks.org. There's a lot, and it's the most easy, simplified website that you could use. There's so much resources out there. And if you've seen somebody in the comments today that, offered their listening ear, reach out. You could help each other. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in and listening. I hope that some good was taken from this live. It was some information that was dropped, some resources. I hope absolutely it could be beneficial to someone. And I want to apologize. My audio and connection went out at one point. Steph ended up texting me, but I was trying to get my connection together. So I ended up missing a small portion of it. So when I came back, I was kind of just trying to figure out what was going on. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. And I will see you later on for my ride along. And make sure y'all look out for the Convo 4 at some point today. And yeah, I love y'all. Make sure you follow Stuff's Corner and Summer's Room, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.
No, wait, it's today. Wait, what's today?
Today Friday. Today Thursday.
Oh, my bad. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye
I
bye.
thought today was Friday too, though.